Welcome to another weekend with Jim. Today I thought I'd do something a little different. I'm at work early and I wanted to do something for myself. These are going to be, if you know my background is printing, mostly screen printing, and I've been doing that for about 30 years. And I want to do something a little different because what we do here at my work, if you saw my past videos, we do types of printing for the garment industry and for the motorsports industry, mostly sports. So we're doing a lot of things for sports. And what I wanted to do is do a sublimation printing. And sublimation printing, if you're not familiar with it, there's a ton of videos out there. It's taking a substrate like a cup or a phone cover or something like that and printing onto it. But I am kind of into movie posters, and one of my favorite movies I've done already, which is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and I've done Jaws, which is another favorite movie of mine, and I've done an Indiana Jones movie, a mug like this, and I did it just for myself, and if if somebody wants it, I'll just give it to them. But this time what we're going to do is we're going to do another one, a Mel Brooks movie classic, and we're going to do a Young Frankenstein. And I was wondering if I should do this one here because it has all the characters on it, or if I should do one with all the characters without the wording, which would be like this one right here, which I do like this one also, and I think I will do that one. So I'm going to save that on my hard drive, open up Illustrator, and I'm just going to get rid of this one here. No, I don't want to keep it. I don't want to open up this one here. And with this one, I gotta open it in Photoshop first, save it. And with this one, just basically just gonna wrap around this and print onto this. As you know, for my background in the printing industry, I have, again, screen printing, but what we do here, we screen print on t-shirts, and we do, let's move this over here to the side. And then I do, if you're familiar with the Cricut cutters, vinyl prints onto different items, I do that, but I do it in more of a production way because we do thousands and thousands of items all day long. Okay, so I'm going to save this as let's go to export it. A PNG. I can do it as JPEG, it's fine. And we're going to put it into download. There we go. Put it here, and now we go over here. We're going to open it here. There we go. So, anyway, so if you're familiar with the Cricut cutter, we do that in a large scale. We don't have Cricut cutters or anything like that. We use a Roland plotters, and these will do much more in a much faster process. So this is going to be on the top right here for this mug. Mug is going to be 8 inches tall, and wrapped around is going to be 2 3/4 times pi, and that would be, you guys are smarter than me, so you go 2.75 times 3.145 equals 8.64 round. So I'm going to make a new page, and that's going to be 8.4. I think I have one saved here. No, I have 8.5 and 11. So it's going to do 8 width. I'm going to do 8.5, and then height I'm going to do 8. There. I'm just going to take this image and put it in here and see what it looks like. So I have a lot of room on the up and down part of it, which is fine. I have no problem with that. I'm just going to take that, make it smaller, and this is just going to wrap around the cup like that. Very simple, something just to have. And then so that these words here are readable when it comes on the cup. If you printed it like this and you put it onto the cup, it won't be readable. So we're going to take that and we're going to go ahead and we're going to reflect it or mirror it. So now the words are backwards. Now, if you're not familiar with sublimation printing, you're printing onto a piece of paper that is has a release on it, and the release allows the ink to separate from the paper to the cup, which the cup has a coating on it that allows you to do that. So I'm going to change my printer here. We're going to go to the Epson. Now, as far as the ink goes, you're changing the ink that you originally have into a sublimation ink. And what happens with that is it will print onto the paper, and then it has a release on it that will allow that ink to stick to the substrate. It's a special kind of ink that is very flat looking, because onto the paper itself, that coating that's on the paper, it sticks to it just long enough. Oops, I got to add paper to it. Just long enough so that this is the paper. Very inexpensive. I got 110 sheets for like $12. But there are better papers out there. And of course, if you do this in a large format scale, you wouldn't do it this way. You buy a roll. And the roll of paper is about the same cost. It's not really that expensive. I got to put the paper in there. But it's printing a higher quality on this paper so that you get all the detail. It's laying a lot more ink on there also, so that once it's done, the colors are vibrant and not dull looking, and they'll actually look pretty good. So this takes a little bit of time, but in the meantime, I'll show you what I have for working with. These are my Roland Cut Studio cutters. These are 24 inches. And with that, I have this one here, and I have 3 more here. And then, of course, in my HP room, I have 1 more in here. This sits alongside my Graphic Tech large format plotter cutter, vinyl cutter. This is to 64 inches long. Over here is my large format HP latex printer, which I do on my vinyl and my car wraps and such with that. These are all vinyl numbers for US Soccer. And over here I have them for the Titans, or not Titans, for the Titans and for the Bills and for Ohio State. And I'm doing a little project here to repair some of these, and I'm changing it from Dover Raceway to a NASCAR, and I just put a transfer on top of that. And these are my Fusion IQs. These are like the Cricut heat presses, but again, a little more equipped to do quite a bit more on the pressing. Here, William was doing some US Soccer. And then over here, I have more Fusions. I have 16 Fusions, automatics, hydraulic. I have 4 manual. I have 2 hat presses. We're doing some foil over here. That's my little cup press that I bought that we'll be using in a few minutes. Matter of fact, I can turn that back on right now. That needs to go to 400 degrees, so we'll get it going right now. Now, actually, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do that when we're ready to go. Over here, I have my 2 Maverick printers, and these are my direct-to-garment printers. These are large, very large digital printers that print directly onto the shirt. I have 2 of those. and my dryer and my pre-treat. Here's some work that we did in the beginning. Everything from UFC to Call of Duty, NBA. Of course, we have NASCAR, IndyCar. So this is my department, and out here beyond this door, I'll give you a quick look of the screen printing department. Again, we have several presses. Way in the back over there, we have some digital squeegees. But back over here, we have my print. So, again, this is just going to be something really quick and easy. So, we're going to come over here to the cutter. Move this out of the way. And we're going to go ahead and trim this out. I don't want any white showing. I can get rid of that white here by trimming off a little bit more. Like that. That bottom part I'm not going to worry about. And then, of course, this will fit nicely on that. And again, I can wrap it around, but I really didn't want to. This is just for fun. To apply it, you want to make sure that it is evened up. And we're going to use a different kind of tape. This tape is for high temperature. So we're going to put that on there, and then we're going to tape it to that side right there, like that. Very simple. Now we're off to the heat press. So with this heat press, it's very, very simple. Got one button to turn on up to 400 degrees. It's got these levers to bring it down to close, depending on the size. Let's take this off here. Depending on the size cup you're going to use. Since this is a smaller one, we're going to go ahead and close it as much as we can. Temperature rises pretty quick on this thing. You can leave it on, but we don't do enough of these anyway, so I just turn it off when I'm done. So this one's the cheap one. I just close it all the way. And you can go ahead and put it inside. Now, what's nice about these are when they heat up, you put a mug in there, and with the mug, you want to make sure it's off first, so that when the mug's in there, you turn it on, the heat rises and the mug rises with it, so that it doesn't break, because if it gets too hot too fast, it will shatter. So our temperature right now is 270. We need 400 to go. And we're almost at 400. Let's sound a beep. That means it's ready, so we'll go ahead and close it tight. Give it 40 seconds. Now, in here, it didn't touch a little bit of one of the sides, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up after 40 seconds, turn it, and hit it again to get a nice clean edge. I typically do that anyways. Now, As a reminder, this is 400 degrees, so when this hits 0, that cup is going to be 400 degrees. So make sure you have a glove or a rag you can turn it with. Okay, open it up. Let's go ahead and turn it. Close it up again and give it 40 more seconds. So since we're only doing one, after this 40-second count, I'll just shut it off. It'll cool down. If somebody wants to do one later on, they can do the same thing. Turn it on when they're ready to use it. Okay, shut it off, open it up. There you go. Again, it's 400 degrees the cup is, so you got to be very careful touching it. Try not to touch it. We're going to peel off the adhesive, and there you go. A lot of this stuff you can buy online. Amazon has great deals with. It comes with the heat press. It comes with the heat press. It comes with paper, ink, and I think some of the cups you can buy. And the printer, I suggest the Eco printer is one of the best printers to use. But other than that, this is what I do on the side, just kind of goofing around and making these cups. And they're dishwasher safe, and they're fun to make and give away. Or if somebody's gonna have a wedding, you can make them for the wedding party, or any ideas you have. They make them for everything. They have earrings and charms and everything. So it's a neat little project. Thanks for watching. If it's your first time, I hope you enjoyed that. And I do have a lot of different episodes that I've done around the house and building a pergola and working on a boat. When the boat, I got rid of the boat. Just a long story behind that. But there's a whole bunch of things I do on the weekends, or when I'm at work. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Any comments, please. I accept your comments all the time. And if you have any ideas on or any questions about sublimation printing, again, there's not much to it. It's a lot of fun. It's cheap to get into. But what I do for a living is a little bit more intense when it comes to the direct-to-garment or the vinyl printing. But again, I've been doing it for years, so it becomes pretty easy to know what needs to be put on vinyl or what needs to be put on the direct-to-garment. So anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that, and see you next time.